Hare Gaura ki Jaya, Prabhupada ki Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhu Kachara Statra Statra Hizdaventre Samai Charan Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhu Kachara Statra Statra Hizdaventre Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jaya Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jaya Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jaya प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायपुर धाम की यमुना माई गंगा माई की भक्ति देवी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की संकीर्तन यागी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की समवेत भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेम All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gaura. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Here's a popular playlist, pop culture, on Amazon Music.
Narasimha
Bahir Narasimha Re Bahir Narasimha Bahir Narasimha Re Bahir Narasimha Narasimha Madhim Saranam Prapade Narasimha Madhim Saranam Prapade Tava Kara Kamalavare Dakha Adbhuta Singha Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Brinda Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha
Krishna, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday Feast program, the home of our beloved deities, Gaura ki Jaya. My name is Krishna Seva. We just had Aarati. We have been chanting the holy names of the Lord, glorifying Him. Next in our program is the class based on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the scriptures. Then we'll have Kirtan, more chanting, and then we will have dinner, prasadam, food offered with love to the Lord. And by our tradition, do you mind me asking if there is anybody coming for the first time? So we could. Oh, nice, thank you. How did you find out about the temple? We have just some gifts for you for newcomers. Thank you.
Actually, I'm connected with the ISKCON from 2007.
Oh, nice.
This temple I'm coming.
Welcome. So every Sunday, 3 p.m., we have other programs, Friday Kirtan in the evening, morning programs, every day starting from 4:30 a.m. and lots of other programs and festivals. So next in our program is class, and our speaker today is His Grace Paramahamsa Prabhu, and a very short introduction. Paramahamsa Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Srila Niranjana Swami, and he has been an integral part of our ISKCON Ottawa community for over 3 decades. And he had his first exposure to Krishna consciousness in the early 1980s, when he received Bhagavad Gita on the street while concluding his university studies in Warsaw, Poland. Throughout the next 10 years, he would attend community programs organized by local devotees and gradually apply Srila Prabhupada's teachings in his life and share it with his family. By 1990s, Paramahamsa Prabhu and his family immigrated to Ottawa. Since then, Paramahamsa Prabhu and his family have been involved in serving at ISKCON Ottawa. He is a key engine and visionary behind our Vaishnava Sangha festival, and he performs many other services in the temple, including deity worship and many others. So please welcome Paramahamsa Prabhu.
So I'll start with chanting Jaya and Madhava, and we'll read something from Bhagavad Gita. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha की जय, श्री राधा माधव की जय। So I was asked to speak today some topic from about Krishna consciousness, and I wasn't really sure what to read. I have a book that I got from a devotee that has somebody combine all Tushtaya Bhutale Shrimate Niranjana Swami Tinamine Anahata Prasana Prabhupadasya Tushtaya Sankirtana Pravitya Mihate Shigurva Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Tushtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gaura Vani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavale Paschachya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today's verse is from the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 46. I'll read. Is it possible to put the verse on the screen? Oh, great. So 1846. I'll read Sanskrit first, and then we can together do word by word, or we can do Sanskrit if somebody wants to also do so. Yata pravritir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam svakarmanatam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah Yata pravritir bhutanam Yena sarvam idam tatam Svakarmanatam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah Yata pravritir bhutanam Yena sarvam idam tatam Svakarmanatam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah. Would anyone like to say in Sanskrit? Yata praviti bhutanam Yena sarvam idam tarvam Svarvakamanatam abhyacha Siddhim vindati manava. Anybody else?
Yata pravriti bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmanatam abhyarcha Siddhim vindati manavaha.
Anybody else? Maybe ladies? Who don't know what like? Take a jump.
Yata
pravitir bhutanam
Yena sarvamidam tatam
Svakarmanatam abhyarcha
Siddhim vindati manavaha.
Siddhim vindati manavaha. Anybody else?
Yata pravritir
bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmanatam abhyarcha Siddhim vindati manavaha. That's it? Okay, so we'll do word for word. Yata, from whom? Praviti, emanation. Bhutanam, of all living entities. Yena, by whom? Sarvam, all. Idam, this. Tatam, is pervaded. Svakarmana, in his own duties. Tam, him. Abhyarcha, by worshipping. Siddhim, perfection. Vindati, achieves. Madhava, amen. It is such a good experience because I'm learning how to pronounce Sanskrit when you Prabhu do this. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So translation. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. So maybe we all can repeat together. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings, and who is all-pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. So as stated in the 15th chapter, all living beings are fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. As such, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. This is confirmed in Vedanta Sutra, Janmadhyasya Yata. The Supreme Lord is therefore the beginning of life of every living entity. And the Supreme Lord, by his two energies, his external energy and his internal energy, is all-pervading. Therefore, one should worship the Supreme Lord with his energies. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. His external energy is perverted reflection of the internal energy. The external energy is the background. But the Supreme Lord, by his expansion of his plenary portion as Paramatma, is situated everywhere. He is the super soul of all demigods, all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, it is the duty to render service unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. That is recommended in this verse. Everyone should think that he is engaged in a particular type of occupation by Hrishikesha, the master of the senses, and by the result of the work in which one is engaged, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna should be worshipped. If one thinks always in this way, in full Krishna consciousness, then by the grace of the Lord, he becomes fully aware of everything. That is the perfection of life. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham aham samuddarta. The Supreme Lord himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. That is the highest perfection of life, in whatever occupation one may be engaged. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. So I like this verse because this verse actually contains the three aspects of spiritual knowledge, which are described as Sambandhan, Abhideya, Prayojana. So Sambandhan is about our identity, and identity cannot be described in a vacuum. Identity is always in reference to somebody else, because if there is nothing else, what's the point of identity? So the Vedic form says Aham Brahmasmi, I am the spirit soul. But also are in the spirit soul, but there is also the supreme. There is Brahman, and there is Supreme Brahman, Param Brahman, or Bhagavan Krishna, who is the origin of everything. So, as a Brahman, as a living entity, living force, we have a relationship with Krishna. We, like Prabhupada described here in this purport, he said that. He is the super soul of all demigods, all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Law, it is the duty to render service. But here I think it was also said that as such, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. So our origin comes from Krishna. And because we come from Krishna, we are part and parcel of Krishna, therefore we have a relationship. And our identity, spiritual identity, is defined in terms of that relationship with Krishna. Of course, we can accept some temporary identities, or accept, like an actor, that the actor takes the stage and accepts different identities, and then he plays the role as somebody else, yes. And then when the drama is finished, then the actor goes back to his original identity, yes, he's who he is. So similarly, we can accept some temporary identities. For example, I can accept identity, see myself as a man, white man, or human being. Somebody else may accept themselves as an animal or whatever, but these are temporary. These other identities don't last. Our life within this theater, material drama, has beginning and has the end, yes? But our spiritual identity doesn't have a beginning, neither has it the end. It's going on eternally. Now, the second aspect of the spiritual knowledge is Sambandhan Abhideya. Abhideya, so Sambandhan is about our identity. That's another thing about identity. There's description, like when Lord Brahma appeared from the navel of Lord Vishnu, he found himself in nothing, really. There was nothing around him. He had 4 heads within this universe, and he was trying to find something within the universe. He couldn't find himself. It's a very difficult position to be in. The identity is so important. Identity is so important. So he was just searching the whole universe, up, down, 4 directions. He was searching for some answers. And answers: who am I? Where did I come from? What am I supposed to do? So these are important questions for us, because we are active by nature. We need to do something, but our activity has to be somehow defined, and it's always defined by our identity. So identity is a big thing. You can see at certain nations where their identity was, they call it genocide, they erased, and they cannot fulfill themselves because they don't know where they belong. They don't belong to anywhere, yes? So just to emphasize how knowing one's identity is very important. So once we know the identity, there's a question of activity. And prayojana is defining the spiritual knowledge, defining the activity of the soul. So once we know we are spiritual, what is it that we're supposed to do? What should we do? What the spiritual means, and so on. And the third aspect of this spiritual knowledge is ananda, prayojana, which means happiness, ananda. The goal of our activity is supposed to bring us happiness, isn't it? I don't think anybody can question that we are doing whatever we're doing because we want to be happy, yes? And the nature of ananda, the pure ananda, is such that it has to be accompanied by 2 other aspects, which is sat and chit. Sat means unending. Because if ananda is going to end, then where is the ananda? There's a problem with ananda, yes, if it's going to end. This is going to stop. So we cannot continue on with ananda. So pure ananda is not like that. So ananda we experience in this material life is temporary. It's a little bit, it comes some kind of pleasure, some kind of happiness, and then it disappears. And we live always under the threat of the fact that ananda, the pleasure, is going to go away. So there is the fear, there's anxiety. That's why this word is called kunta, full of anxieties, because ananda we cannot capture that ananda is not permanent. And another aspect of ananda is chit, sat, chit, which means cognizant. We have to be, the spiritual energy is cognizant by nature, is aware. We need to be aware to be happy. We need to know who we are. We need to experience the happiness. If we, somebody can tell us that I'm happy, but if I'm not aware that I'm happy, like what is it going to do to me? Yes, it's meaningless. It's literally meaningless. There is also. Professor, what time should I stop? Just to know. What time? 3:30? 4:30. Okay. So there's description that in Chaitanya Charitamrita about the Supreme Lord, how he's full of happiness and full of all qualities and so on. But the question is, because he's so full, he's full of ananda, of sweetness, yes? But because he's so full of ananda, and he's all ananda, because how can he know that he is sweet, yes? The sweetness of the Lord. And therefore it's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita that that's why Krishna expanded himself into many. Because ananda can be experienced when there is some reference point. Again, there was at least two. So he expanded himself into Panchatattva, Lord Chaitanya, Advaita Acharya, Lord Nityananda, Gadadhar Pandit, and Shivas. And these descriptions of pastimes of Lord Chaitanya as just full of ananda, experiencing the sweetness of those relationships between Krishna and his devotees. Yes? So that's the third aspect of the spiritual. It's very important to know these things if we want to pursue, if we want to go beyond material experience, our pursuit of temporary ananda, which is never going to have a good conclusion because it's very temporary. It stops, yes? So I encourage you, Prabhus, to go through. I'm not going to go into detail on everything because it will be too much, but I encourage you to check Bhagavad Gita and check other texts. And if you have any curiosity about these things, then please read. And if you have any questions, you can come to the temple and ask these questions. But however, I would like to, this verse, the reason I liked is because it seems Krishna says here that by worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. And again, perfection refers to ananda, to perfect happiness, yes? And but what I liked about this verse is that it doesn't tell you that you have to go to the forest and you have to engage in some kind of yoga process, meditation, or some kind of austerity, and or do something very extreme to actually achieve the perfection, achieve ananda in our life. Yes. Krishna says, it's Krishna who says here that actually you can perform your duties, which we have all different duties according to our nature. It describes also in Bhagavad Gita that there's three natures. It's like three principal colors. What are the three? It's yellow, red. Yes. What are the? Which one? Blue?
Yellow, red, blue.
Yellow, red, blue. Okay. So similarly, there's three gunas, three modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And just like the three basic colors can be combined to create variety of colors, like the whole rainbow of colors, similarly those three gunas can create varieties of natures. So we need to find out what is our nature, and then according to that nature, we're supposed to perform our duties. We're supposed to maintain this body within this material, temporary life within this material, temporary body, and we're supposed to, we're supposed to find this happiness. And Krishna says that all you have to do is just continue what you're doing according to your nature. So there's two things within this statement. One is that even within this material world, we should act in a word which is in the way that is according to our nature. We should not do something that is not us. So it's important because even within materials, we will not be happy if we do something that is not us. So we need to find what is us. What is it that I'm really inclined to? What is it that suits me very well, and so on. So once we find it, then we can do it. Krishna doesn't say, no, you don't do it. Or Krishna doesn't say, I want you to be unhappy in this material world. And then if you are unhappy, then maybe you want to come to me, yes? He says, no, within this material world, you still should work in such a way that you can be relatively happy. But then he said, worship me. If you perform your duties and then worship me, then you will get the perfection of life. He says here, you will attain the perfection. You will find that happiness. So this somehow refers to this second path, which is Sambandha Abhideya, which is our activity. Yes, our activity. So I'm not going to go into the detail. What is our duty? Everybody has their own duty, and maybe for you, Mother, it's good to do certain type of photography or something. For somebody else, may be good to, work as a construction worker, and for somebody else, can be good to be a leader in the society. It's your business. It's you can take Bhagavad Gita. Krishna describes these different duties, different natures, and you can try to figure out, what is my duty and how can I do. But I'm going to try to focus on the worship aspect. So we can perform our duties, whichever you like. But then what we do, we worship Krishna. And so the temple is the place that we can practice that worship. It's not worship is not limited to the temple. Temple is just a point of, it's a catalyst. It's a means to help Krishna arrange for us to have he appeared in the form of the deities, and he directed the pure living entities like Srila Prabhupada, many sages, many saints, to give us instructions. And there's holy places, there's temples, and the temples are the places where we can get information how to worship Krishna, how to perform our duties and worship Krishna. And again, I'm not going to go to the detail. It's a very elaborate topic about how to worship Krishna. I'll try to simplify it, and that's actually one point that I remember Marut Prabhu in one of the morning classes, he said that we are so fortunate because the acharyas, the sadhus, they took all the verses, the many verses in many scriptures, and they extracted the essence from those scriptures, and they just gave us simple information. So we don't have to go through all the scriptures. We can just come to the temple and hear to the statements of acharyas who extracted and gave, because in this Kali Yuga we have very short lifespan. We are very, very busy. So it's very impractical for us to read the whole Bhagavad Gita, read the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, read all the Vedas, 4 Vedas, it's a lot of things. It's just not practical. So we are fortunate because the sadhus, they extracted it and they gave it to us. So just following that spirit, I will just extract the certain aspects of worship which we can practice in our daily life, which we are practicing because Srila Prabhupada, he brought it to the West and he gave us this method of worshipping. So we start with a morning program. In the morning we think about Krishna. We make some offerings to deities. We just take care of the deities. We chant together Hare Krishna. We speak, we read verses from Srimad Bhagavatam about Krishna. And then we go to work. We take a little prasadam, some prasadam, we go to work. Then in the meantime, in the day, if it's possible in the morning or in the evening, wherever it is feasible, we also practice our person. So this worship we do oftentimes together. The devotees come in the morning, they come at 4:30 to the temple, and we focus on Krishna. It's so much easier. If you have to do it in the morning at home, I find that it's for me. If I get up early in the morning and I try to think of Krishna, I fall asleep or there's some distractions, so I really have to force myself, sometimes it's like that. But when I'm with the devotees, it's just so easy. It's so sweet. So I encourage you, Prabhus, take advantage. Temple is here. The programs are every day in the morning at 4:30 they start. And you can come and you can experience this and you can see how devotees worship Krishna in that way. Now, in the middle of the day or during the day, if somebody is not able to do it in the morning, then somehow we have a personal worship of Krishna by personal meditation, which is japa. Have you heard about japa? Are you aware what is japa? Japa is a personal, we have a bead bag and we have 108 beads, and there's one Krishna bead, and we count on the beads. We count our mantra. We chant Mahamantra, which Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and we chant 108 times each round. And devotees who are very serious, they chant 16 rounds like this. It takes about 2 hours. So that's another thing. Another aspect in the evening, it's ideal if it's possible. If your mind, your energy allows you, then we should also read about Krishna. If you cannot come to the temple, if you cannot associate with the devotees like this, you can have a book and you can associate with Krishna through the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. It's very sweet also, very wonderful. You can have your own time, your own reflections. You know, some devotees, they go through books very quickly. Some just take one page at a time and just meditate and savor the taste. Like some people, you know, when they have a chocolate, they eat the whole chocolate. And some people want to keep the chocolate and just take a little piece and just enjoy it. And then maybe next time enjoy it. So it's up to you. You can do this with Bhagavad Gita. You can either read and devour all the books. There's so many books that I guarantee you're going to have plenty of it. You're not going to run out of options. So now I'd like to speak a little bit about this chanting on japa. And I was reflecting on this. And, you know, it's not just that Hare Krishnas are using japa and chanting Hare Krishna on japa. There's many religions that are practicing this. I see Muslim people, they have their little mala and they chant. Christian, I'm coming from Catholic background, rosaries, there's the same thing. Who else is doing? Buddhists, they have their japa mala. So I was curious, what did they chant? So I went on the internet and I made some inquiries, and I want to share with you. Just to, anyways, I'll tell you what they do, and we can see how different religious people, they practice their spirituality. So Christians or Catholics or Christians, they pray, their prayer on japa is Hail Mary. I'll read you the prayer that they do. They have 54 beads, and then plus some other beads, and they do my Father, hallowed be thy name. I think that's a prayer, and then they do the whole Hail Mary. And Hail Mary goes like this: Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of death. So this is what Christians do. This is their meditation, and they do Hail Mary, and it's like this. You know, for me it's difficult to even this translation because I'm Polish, and our Hail Mary is a little simpler. The essence is the same, but it's simpler. Somehow translation makes a difference. Yes. So then Muslim, they pray. They call the names of God, and the names, there's 3 names: Subhanallah, which means glorious is God. So they repeat this 33 times. Then they say second name is Alama Molila. I'm sorry, Prabhu. I'm sorry. Yes, which means all praise to God. They say 33 times, and then they say Allah Akbar. I think everybody knows God is great. They say this 33 times too.
It doesn't mean God is great.
No?
It means there is no God except Allah.
Oh yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the translation I saw on the internet, again, I don't. You know, I'm not the expert with this. I just took whatever I found on the website. So thank you for the correction. Okay. The third one is Buddha. and the Buddha replied. So I read you the quote that I found on the internet, how Buddha instructs the king to use the mala. So the Buddha replied, King, if you want to eliminate earthly desires, make a circular string of 108 body seeds, and holding them always to yourself, recite, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. Chant one beat with each recitation of these 3. So they say, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, and I take refuge in the Sangha 3 times, and next beat, yes? So I thought it's very interesting to understand who's doing what and how. And so our chanting is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Srila Prabhupada explained to us that this is also a prayer. And Hare is a vocative form to appeal to Hare, or Hara, or energy of God. Krishna means all attractive. So, and Rama is the reservoir of all pleasure. And the attitude or the mood or sankalpa in which we chant is, O Krishna, O energy of Krishna, O Hara, please engage me in your service. And so, you know, I was thinking about this because that's the mood of in which we're supposed to do our Japamala. We asking Krishna to engage us in the service. You know, once we understand Sambandha Gyan, which is our identity, the spirit soul, and our relationship to God, our activity means, Krishna, please engage me in your service. I want to be engaged in your service. You know, Rama means the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna, you know, or Rama, is said that he is the fountainhead of all the rasas, all the loving exchanges that exist. They originate from Krishna. So when we engage in these loving exchanges, this delivers a pure sambandha, a pure ananda, pure happiness, and it is unending, and we are completely immersed in this. So this is the attitude when we chant japa. We chant with this understanding. Now I was trying to understand also this other, you know, what was the sankalpa, what was the intention of other prayers. Why are you shaking your head?
No, I mean, like when you said that, like it's actually different. I mean,
what is different?
For example, if we are like chanting, like the mood that you're saying, it's very different than like other religions.
Yeah, I wanted to compare. That's why I want to see what's the mood, because it's also, you know, when we have understood spirit, you know, Krishna consciousness is not, it's just not some sentiment. It's a scientific process. It's explained very. The shastras are like the study books. You know, like you go to university, you have a study books. Yes, you have to buy every student. Shastra is the same. It's a very scientific process. So in light of this science, I wanted to understand other religions. There's many ways of understanding, but just simple practice of japa, which is very important, very personal and intimate form of worship, Krishna. Yes. So that one with Hail Mary, it says. First, there's acknowledgement that Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. So she's a devotee. She's a, you know, she's definitely companion or close. She's mother of Jesus. Yes. Blessed art thou among women. So, you know, recognition that she's blessed, and the fruit of her womb is Jesus. So that's recognition that she's a saint, and devotee. But now, what is the prayer to her? Mother of God, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. So the sankalpa here, the mood, is that I am the sinner, I'm suffering because the sins are the cause of suffering. Please help me, please help me, please help me now and in the moment of death, yes? So that's for Christian. Then God is names gods. It's hard for me to say what is the sankalpa here, because as you say, there is no God by Allah.
There is no God except Allah.
Allah, yes. And there is names of God, and they are described as glorious is God, and all praise to God. So there's definitely recognition of the power of God. Yes. In this, is this? Would you agree? The sankalpa?
No.
No. What would? Can you please say what would you think?
I have a different opinion on it.
Well, share it. We have a discussion here.
So I think it's going to be a little bit. So when somebody's saying that there is no God except Allah,
yes.
So it's very difficult for them to like be inclusive.
Okay.
Whereas you're being very inclusive here, like you're like, I don't think. So it's a temple, but we are like including everything. We are talking about our religions. Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen in a masjid. So nobody's going to sit in a masjid and talk about Hare Krishna. Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's their mood here, but they clearly do not accept anything that is not them. Mm-hmm. So like we are infidels to them, right? So the mood is very different there. I don't think it's the same thing.
Okay, I understand, but I'm not, I'm not trying to, say. My point is that they have a relationship with God, some kind of, yes, and there's certain mood in which they have, because they're religious people. They go, they pray to God, and they recognize there is God. The God is great, yes, but the mood of their personal meditation, from what I see here, is that God is great, God is glorious, and there's only one God. That's another thing, yes? Would you agree in this? No, you have different opinion? That's not the mood?
No.
Okay, we're gonna have to ask Imam to come here and explain to us. But anyways, so there's certain sankalpa, but I at least I see.
They're religious, but it doesn't mean that they're like devoted. They're serving. They wanna do good things. That's not. I mean,
well,
if you think
I know some
in
Muslim.
that sense, that's not what it is.
Well, I know some Muslim people, and in my estimations, they are very religious.
Some Muslim people being good and religious, it's actually, it's.
You should stop.
Okay, let's stop on this, and I'll just go to Buddha. Okay, we will hear, and again, it's up to you to make the judgment or whatever. I'm not trying to tell you what you should think. I'm just reading this. I took it from it. This is not something I kind of created. Yes, I took it. So, but I want you to understand that the mood of meditation is very important. That sankalpa, the intention with which we pray, is very important. And depending on intention, there's going to be different outcome of the meditation. So, in Buddha, they say, I take refuge in Buddha, I take refuge in Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. But here the Buddha says, if you want to eliminate earthly desires, make a circular. So their meditation is that they know that this life within this material world is suffering, is full of suffering. And they want to get out of the suffering. And it seems that Buddha instructs them, if you want to get out of suffering, so they realize that there's suffering, if you want to just meditate on me, take a refuge in me, take a refuge in Dharma, the activity that I prescribed for you, one of them is ahimsa, to be non-violent, the things like this, and take the refuge in Sangha. Sangha means association of people like-minded, yes, so Buddhist. So that's their way. But you see, in those, and I will not, say anything about Muslim, because again I'm not sure exactly what's the sankalpa there, but in both Catholic, Christian, and Buddhist is the recognition that I'm suffering and I want this to stop. I want help in this. In Krishna consciousness, however, the sankalpa is different. We are not even talking to Krishna about in our meditation about our suffering. Why is it so? Why is it that we're not talking about this? Can anybody? Yes?
Because it's not who we are important, it's Krishna who is important. So we talk about the master, not the son.
It's very good, because our identity is defined. Because our identity in our religion is very clearly defined. Aham Brahmasmi, I am a spirit soul, and Krishna is the supreme spirit soul, and we have a relationship. Therefore, that relationship is number one. And all these other things, our suffering, our, experiences, they come secondary. So if we can practice our meditation with this sankalpa, with this intention, then what happens? Krishna takes care of all our problems, of all our sufferings. And he said in that verse, what he exactly said here is this. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, man can, in the performance of his duty, attain perfection. And Prabhupada, he said this. If one always thinks that way, if one has this proper sankalpa, proper mood of meditation, does his duty and then worship Krishna, in full Krishna consciousness, then by the grace of the Lord, he becomes fully aware of everything. That's one benefit, that we suddenly become aware of who we are. We can see other people in the proper light also, their endeavors and so on. And that is the perfection of light. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Paramahamsa Prabhu, the Supreme Lord himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. So Krishna will deliver us. He says he will take charge. If we worship him, if we perform our duty, worship him, and do our meditation, worship with a proper sankalpa, proper intention, then he'll take care of it. So I'll stop here, and there's 5 minutes left. If anybody has some comments, some questions, please, let's share it and let's discuss it. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for this wonderful class. It's really important, actually, that we're inclusive with other religions. And this was Prabhupada's mood, actually. It was never meant to be a sectarian religion. That's even why we don't even call it a religion. We call it a science, because it's not just for certain people that from a certain background, it's for everybody. And Prabhupada, he recognized the major religions. He recognized Islam. He recognized the Quran. He said it was valid. So this, if we're actually following Prabhupada, then we should have that mood as well. And yeah, it's very clear in the books as well. So that's all I wanted to say. Also, yeah, like we went on Harinam during the protest for Palestine, and I just posted it on ISKCON Ottawa. It's just devotees chanting during a protest, and it blew up. You know, we're at like 260,000 views. And the comments generally is concerning. It's a lot of people that seem to be from Indian background with a lot of hate towards Muslims. I see that a lot.
Well, yeah.
This is very wrong. I mean,
Okay, let's. Yeah, I would not like to go into this topic. I really want to focus on spiritual.
Let's not focus on that because you have no idea.
Yeah, the material world is full of problems, and we're not going to solve them in one thing. I want to focus on our personal meditation and japa. Yes, Prabhu. Please, Shichant Prabhu. Shichant Prabhu had a hand.
Yeah, I was just going to add to what
Yes.
Alex said. We are not a sectarian philosophy.
No, exactly. Thank you, sir.
But that's not what Alex said. He didn't say that we are sectarian.
So at the same time, when I would like this topic not to progress.
Yes.
If we say they and us, then we are cutting down the very roots of the philosophy,
Yes.
consciousness, which is,
Yes.
everybody is divine, and that's what.
Yeah, but that's not what Alex said. He said that we are inclusive and so on. He just said that the comments that they received, somehow it seems that some devotees were. But again, this is material platform. We don't want to go there. We want to be, yes.
Even in this temple, we have at least on the last count, we have about 10 Muslim devotees.
Yes, yes.
So I would not like this discussion to progress much, and this is incorrect. Of course, I think what Alex said, that people of Indian descent have this thing prejudice. That's not correct either.
Yes.
So anyway, the philosophy is that everybody is divine and we should look divinity. And I know some people have this thing that but Prabhuji, what you made the point is that anybody who says that the God is supreme, so they do recognize that God is supreme.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. The problem with this division is that we accept those temporary identities. I think I'm Indian, I think I'm American, and so on. And as soon as we go on that platform, there is no way out. It's kunta. It's place of anxiety. Anxiety is going to multiply itself so fast that there's no stopping to it. Anybody else would you? Yes, Prabhu?
Sorry, I think you meant by that thing is like God is one, and every religion and every faith believes that kindness, respect, and humanity, which is what the essence of every religion. So without no hate, I mean, you're just trying to say there's different ways and different paths in which we believe and which we practice our divine, and we try to get to a spiritual path. Because if we talk about any religion, any community, with my own understanding and with my own personal experiences, I have seen, like, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Muslim, whether it's Hindu, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's any source of religion, when you see a person is touched by spiritual power, you get blessings of the God. And what you meant was like that there's a different way we connect to God, and here we are in association with Krishna, and that's how we connect to the God, right?
Yes, I try to explain how we meditate on Krishna and what is our mood and attitude. Yes, so I hope that came
so
across.
So love, respect, and have humanity for all the religions.
Yes. So Prabhus, I'll stop here because it's time for Kirtan. I just wanted to ask anybody, does anybody have, doesn't have the Bhagavad Gita? Do you all have Bhagavad Gita? You don't have Bhagavad Gita? Okay, so this is the gift for me. I had 2 books like this at home, and I thought I'd bring it home. If you like to read it, would you like to read it? So this is for you.
As a person who is investigating my spirituality, I welcome the openness and the inclusion and the topic of embracing all religions.
Oh, wonderful.
Because I do try to do that in my life, and where you worship God and how you worship God is a tool, and this is to me a tool.
Yes.
Thank you.
So wonderful. So this Bhagavad Gita, is anybody else doesn't have Bhagavad Gita here? So please turn to Marut Prabhu, who's behind you, and he's going to help you with that, okay?
Bhagavad Gita?
I asked if there's anybody who doesn't have Bhagavad Gita, so I gave one, and this. Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Now we'll move to the next part of Kirtan. I encourage you to chant with us. Please lead us in Kirtan.
Hare Krishna. So as Prabhu said, the different faith and religion, but here, just only by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I will encourage everyone. It's a very simple process to simply chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's written here, so I kindly encourage everyone to please chant one person lead and then you follow everyone. So I kindly request everyone, please chant. It's a very simple process. Nothing, just simply chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You get all the all the scriptures just written that by just chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the message of Lord Krishna, the message of Lord, it reveals to everyone in their heart. So again, encourage everyone to please chant Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Jaya
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
pictures. Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhu Kachara Stata Shata Hidravendra Samhacharana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhu Kachara Stata Shata Hidravendra Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Namacharya Shiva Haridasa Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Pranchaka Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopagopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Yamuna Maya Ganga Maya Ki Bhakti Devi Shrimati Tulasi Maharani Ki Sankirtan Yagi Ki Shri Gaura Nitai Ki Samavita Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaura Premananda. All glories to the Sambhu devotees. All glories to the Sambhu devotees. All glories to the Sambhu devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for actively participating, chanting with us. You should expect such a mood every Sunday. So everyone is welcome every Sunday, 3 p.m. We're starting at 3 p.m. Please come in time to derive all the benefit of Aarati, evening Aarati and class and Kirtan, and of course now will be dinner, Prashadam, to offer it to the Lord His love. So the altar will remain open for a couple of more minutes. If you would like to take last darshan or pictures, you are welcome. And then we will close and we will start distributing Prashadam. For upcoming events, in 12 days we will have Gita Jayanti, which is December 22nd, if I remember it correctly, Friday. So it's the day when the Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and devotees are planning to gather here on Friday, right before the whole Christmas, holidays, and just to end up this year with in association of Vaishnavas. We will be chanting whole Bhagavad Gita all evening. We will announce what time, but after 5 close to 6 p.m. we will start recitation of whole Bhagavad Gita. It usually takes about 2.5 hours. Most likely we will have Prashadam, so everyone is welcome. We will announce what time exactly. And apart from that, Madhava Prabhu, we have a couple of announcements, right?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming. I have 3 important announcements. First is, in the class, Paramahamsa Prabhu said the meaning of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Anybody remember? No?
Engage me in the service.
Engage me in your service. Yes, the Lord, or energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. Now we have, Krishna is giving us so many opportunities to engage ourselves in His service. If you look at this board, we have this sponsorship opportunities. Today, Mother Sadhana, is she here? She left. Yeah, she sponsored weekly garlands. And is anybody willing to sponsor a Sunday feast for today's feast? Yeah, they can contact me or Krishna Seva Prabhu. And we have to fill up all the board. If we can, all of us can sponsor one Sunday in one entire year, all the board will be filled up. Just one Sunday in 1 year, one entire year. That's not much. For weekly garlands also, you can see the amount here. That is one. Second is, as Prabhu said, we have Gita Jayanti on 22nd. So Prabhupada used to, during the days of Prabhupada, we celebrated Prabhupada marathon, book marathon throughout the month of December. And we still celebrate book marathon in December month. Krishna says in the 18th chapter, text 68, Yaidam paramam guhyam madbhaktesh abhidashyati bhaktim mayim param kritva mami vaishyati asamshaya. Krishna says, whoever distributes this knowledge to others, he is very dear to me, and he will be given pure devotional service and he will come back to me. That is Krishna's assurance. and whoever distributes this knowledge, he becomes very dear to Krishna. So we have some opportunities. We go on the streets almost every day, if not on the weekends. Yesterday, we went to an Indian festival. We distributed 6 boxes of books, and other devotees also distributed so many other books. So we go out on the streets or in the motels, hotels, public places, we distribute this knowledge, distribute Gitas. So if you can sponsor a box of Gitas, full box of a case of Gitas which has 24 Gitas in it, soft-bound Gitas, it only costs $150. If you can sponsor those, we go on your behalf and we distribute them. This is the greatest gift. If we really benefit ourselves from studying Gita, we have a duty also. We are duty bound to distribute this to others. So it's a great opportunity. That is 2. Number 3 is anybody willing to sponsor a case of Bhagavad Gita?
I will do it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. How many boxes, Prabhu? 1 box? 1 box. Oh, thank you so much. Vrindavan Prabhu, Shruti Mataji, and your name, sir?
Vineet.
Sorry? Vineet. How many boxes?
I will do
2 boxes. Thank you so much. Yeah, there is a spirit. And then 3, we have, you attend only 2 hours program, and it is very blissful, isn't it? Do you all agree?
Yes.
Enjoy happiness, real happiness. We have a full-time monk program. We have a facility where you can stay only for men as of now, but in the future we might have facilities for the women also. You can come stay with us for a weekend and you can experience how it feels like to be a full-time devotee. Why only 2 hours every week? You can spend all your weekend with us, with Krishna. And absolutely no cost, 0 cost. It's absolutely free. So it's a very good opportunity. That's all. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Madhava Prabhu was mentioning to sponsor for opportunities for donation for sponsoring the Sunday feast. What he meant is that temple buys the groceries for cooking prasadam, and basically what you are referring to is for contributing to buying the groceries and all the needful to feed 80, 90, 100 people every Sunday. So that's 250, right? 250. But if you would like to participate in less parts, everyone is welcome. So that's what we are asking for. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.